welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. If you are new here, hello, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I am thrilled to be here with my year in review for 2023. Today I'm going to be taking you through and showing you all of my completed diamond paintings this year, of which there are 43, which breaks my record last year. In 2022, I had 42 completed diamond paintings. And so we're going to go through all those today. I'm going to give you a little snapshot look at each of them. I have every single one of these canvases and projects to actually show you. And I'm going to share some fun stats with you as well. Now, I did complete all of these completely on my own, just me. I'm an avid diamond painter and have been diamond painting for 3.5 years at this point, and I actually have done year in review videos here on my channel each year, and I'll link those below in case you're curious if you want to just get little snapshot glimpses at the various diamond paintings I've completed over the years. But honestly, these are some of my favorite videos to do and some of my favorite videos to watch. If last year's video was any indication, this one's going to be a long one, so feel free to grab a snack, a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's go on a little journey together. We're going all the way back to January, and this is going to be really fun for me because having completed 43 kits, some of these early kits just aren't nearly as fresh on my mind anymore, and so it was fun pulling these all out to take a look to get them ready for this video. I often get the question of how do I store my completed diamond painting kits, and the answer is I've tried a couple of different ways. I have a video where I did all this research and showed a portfolio called, it's by the brand Baroque, and it's the largest portfolio with sleeves that I have found on the market, and fits even kits like this one that are over 60 by 80 centimeters. I'll link that video below. I'm going to actually this year be testing out just rolling them up by month of finish and putting them in plastic sleeves and labeling them, but I haven't quite found what I feel like is my Goldilocks of storage solutions in my completed paintings. Given that I complete a lot of diamond paintings, it's not practical for me to actually display all of them. I work on them because of the enjoyment of working on them, but feel free to let me know down below what your favorite way to store your completed paintings is if you don't display them. Now, like I said, I completed 43 diamond paintings this year, and I thought it would be fun to pull together some stats on my different projects that I completed. There was actually a friend a follower that pulled together a spreadsheet for me because I post most of my completed projects over on Instagram, and I use that as a reference. So of my 43 completed diamond painting kits, I have, over a dozen different diamond painting companies featured. I completed, and this was completely unintentionally, 22 of the kits that I completed have square drills and 21 of them have round drills, so nearly an even split. And my biggest kit was, you'll see it later, but it's called My Inner Sanctuary, and it was 70 by 81 centimeters. Or my cross-stitch conversions might qualify for that as well. I'll point it out to you when we get to those. And my smallest kit was a really cute little full crystal kit that I did around Halloween time called Kitty Latte from Crystal Canvas Art Designs. Or I have a couple of paint gem minis that I've completed. And I also have a partial that I did from Craft Buddy that I'll show you that I guess technically just by sheer number of drills might be the smallest kit as well. I'll talk a little bit about what my favorites and my least favorites were as we go, because I knew I get to actually see them. And I'll also talk about which kit had the most colors that I worked on, and which artist was featured most often here on my this year, which I'm looking forward to sharing that with you too. So I do have my diamond painting logbook here that I will kind of just reference to refresh my memory, especially as I'm kind of walking you through these. And in my logbook, I track things like the stats of a painting, the size and the colors and the drill shape. I also always track what day I started it, what day I finished it, and I like to track my overall number as well as the number for the year. So this was my first finish for 2023, but my 107th finish of my whole diamond painting career. And then I write things like what I loved, anything that I wasn't sure of, and any other notes. Like for example, this one was the first kit that I worked on from Muni Made, and that sort of thing. So anyway, I've tracked all my diamond paintings in here, and maybe one of these days I'll do a flip through of this logbook. But for now, let me go ahead and dive into showing you my completed projects. Let's do our little year in review together. So my first kit that I started and completed, I started this on January 1st. This is called Deity of the Forgotten, and like I just mentioned, is from the shop Muni Made. The artist for this one is Femke Deborah, and I really love this artist's work. I have worked on and purchased Well, I've just completed the one, but I purchased several from this artist. This kit is 61 by 83 centimeters and is actually one of the bigger kits that I worked on this year. It has 48 colors, round drills, and has these really special feature that my favorite thing about this was there were just a lot of crystals in this kit. There were a lot of crystals in the crystals. There were actually 12 different colors of crystal in this kit. I think the effect is really neat. I think it looks really good. I did fiddle with the charting in her skin tone. There were some reds in there that I didn't think totally fit, and I actually worked closely with the shop to talk about like how and what changes that I made, and they were really receptive to that feedback, and I think they have since updated the charting on this kit. But this is really enjoyable to work on. I was really incredibly impressed with Muni Made's quality and have since purchased, a lot more from them just because I feel like they have a really nice attention to detail and are one of the best small shops that are out there right now. So this was finish number 1. Now finish number 2 was actually this little cute kit. This is called Christmas Unicorn. The artist is Dianlani, and it is from Diamond Art Club, and I believe that this was in the 2022 Advent calendar. I think this is one of the kits in there. This is a cute little snack size kit, and I actually traveled with it to Ohio when I was visiting family. I wanted a diamond painting to work on, but obviously didn't want to travel with anything large, so this is one that I worked on. It's really cute. It's little, 9 by 12 inches or 22.7 by 30.8 centimeters, 13 colors, but then a lot of really fun special drills in this one. It's actually really chock full of special drills. But this is a really cute and quick little kit to work up. I'm a fan of having snack size kits in my rotation just so that I don't burn out on large kits all the time. And this was cute and quick. It had round diamonds, and this was like just a couple day kit, and I enjoyed working on it around my family. So really cute little snack size kit. And then number 3 was actually the Paint Gem mini set, the National Parks edition. This is another kit that I traveled with, and I really wanted to sort of test out and try out one of these Paint Gem mini sets for myself. And I thought, when I first unboxed them, that they looked very travel friendly and beginner friendly. And so that's what I did. I just traveled with this box that had all the tools and the diamonds and the Ziploc baggies that I needed. And then as far as how I stored them after, I actually got this just really inexpensive photo album from Amazon and created a little flip through book here. And I had every intention of sort of creating a label or something to put in here to say what set this went with, and I just didn't end up getting around to that. These Paint Gem mini sets I feel like make really nice gifts because the packaging and the overall just sort of presentation is really nice. I'm really kind of a sucker for nice aesthetics like that. And I challenged myself. I was like, I don't normally work on landscapes, but in a mini form, maybe I will. So these are really cute. They're like little hour-long projects, and all together form a really nice set. Now, Paint Gem has a lot of different varieties and themes that they offer, and I've since purchased from them a lot. I'm actually an affiliate for them as well, and became one once I saw and was impressed by the quality of their product and like what they have to offer. I think it's really fun and unique, and so actually I'll have another Paint Gem set finish to share with you a little bit later in this video. But this was the National Parks edition, and I thought was really fun. That was finish number 3 for the year. And then finish number 4 is this cutie that you see in front of you. This is Rainy Day Mermaid. This is from Diamond Art Club and by the artist Erica the Goober, whose artwork I absolutely adore. It has round diamonds and that sparkle though. Oh my goodness gracious. So this had 53 colors and some really nice special drills in it. Especially liked the ones that were in her tail. I was drawn to this artwork immediately and worked on it immediately upon release. I think, yes, looking at my notes, this was sent to me as a sneak peek, and I did kind of impulse kit it up right away. I was like, oh, this is too cute to not kit up. I love the cozy vibe. All the colors are really fun, and I thought this was rendered just beautifully. You could tell these have been out in my garage. I'm finding little bits, little fuzzes here and there. These have just been stacked up, so that's my bad. That's not on the company at all. But I have a lot from Erica the Goober in my stash because I just love how it turns out. And this just, the cozy, the muted tones, everything about this one made this a contender for one of my favorite kits of the year, actually. I even really liked how the like there's the rainy window and how the artwork is done, so it's like you're seeing this kind of these leaves and these trees in the background, but it's as though it's through a rainy or maybe even fogged up window. I just thought that looked really neat. I thought they did a nice job with it. So this worked up pretty quickly. I think it had a good amount of color blocking in some of these areas, and I'm a big fan. This is one that I feel like if it's like if it's still in stock on the website or available to sign up for back in stock notifications, you should totally grab this one, you guys. It's so nice, and a really accessible size too, like 50 by 60-ish, I think. So love this one. This was finish number 4. And then finish number 5 is actually from a company that was new to me this year. This is from Carrot Art, and the name of this one is, let me double check really quick. It is Magic Encounter. The artist is Ophalie Honey, and this was one of the first kits that I ordered from Carrot Art. I deliberately ordered it with round drills. I'm looking and I'm going, most of these kits I started the year out with were round drills, but I promise it all gets evened out in the end. This I just was really drawn to the artwork. You'll see a theme as we're going through these kits that I'm very much drawn to. Fantasy themes, like really whimsical and sometimes like ethereal and dreamy sort of artwork, and I really loved the look of this one. And for my first kit from this company, I was pretty happy, though there were some things I was a little bit unsure of, and I did share some feedback with them. I thought that there were areas that were rendered really beautifully, like the girl. I thought her face and like her skin, her hair, and her dress was really lovely. I feel like they missed the mark a little bit with the browns and the deer and some of these bright corals. I know they do some hand charting, but it felt like there were some areas I would have liked to maybe see them do even more. I think through the camera it makes a little bit more sense. I remember being it's coming right back to me. I remember being a little bummed by some of these bright corals in the trees. It just didn't feel like it blended very well, but it does look okay through the camera, I think. I was most happy with the different shades of yellow. There's lots of yellow ABs going on in here, and there's white ABs and these stars and sparkles. I really loved those. I thought the blending with the yellows and the oranges was really nice in this kit, and I feel like the overall quality on this was nice. And this I think I worked on this in January. Yes, I did. I started it in January, and this I felt like helped me kick off the year with one of my goals for 2023, which was to really be intentional about trying out a variety of small shops, actually working on and completing kits as much as possible so that you guys were seeing a wide variety of shops represented here on my channel, and really hopefully giving you a sense for here's what these shops seem to have to offer and what I'm seeing, and you can decide if it's a place you want to spend your money. So I was proud of myself for the month of January, kicking it off with a new to me shop with a kit that I had purchased. And I should really go back and see kind of what they have in stock. They may have made some changes, and I know they probably had a lot of new releases that I've seen, so I should work on another kit from them this year. So this was the only Carrot art kit that I worked on this year, but this was finish number 5 for the year. So my 6th finish for the year, this is called Fiona Butterfly Dragon. This is from Diamond Art Club and is by the artist Dragons and Beasties. 51 by 61 centimeters, round diamonds, 27 colors, and a really fun feature of this one is that all of the black drills, which do a lot of outlining in Fiona, the butterfly dragon, all of those black drills are actually glow-in-the-dark diamonds. So it has a really cool effect. I will pop a picture up on the screen for you guys so that you can see how this looks. And you know what, you guys? I mostly started this kit because I had in my head that I wanted to do a comparison video where I was sharing all of the different special drills that Diamond Art Club offers, because I was getting a lot of questions about those, and so I wanted to feature glow-in-the-dark diamonds, and I ended up enjoying working on this a whole lot more than I expected to. Pink is one of my favorite colors, and purple is not too far of a runner-up, and so this was actually really dreamy and fun to work on. And I really like Dragons and Beasties a lot. I follow their shop, and I own a lot of their merch, a lot of like their pins. I've bought like bags and shirts and stuff before, a lot of their like little vinyl figures, and so I was really tickled when I saw that they had licensed some artwork to Diamond Art Club. I have a few other pieces from them as well, but this was the first one I'd actually worked on from this artist at Diamond Art Club, and I was so happy with how it turned out. Like, just look how cute this is. Of course, we still have that sparkle of those round diamonds. I promise I got to a lot more square drill kits here soon. But this worked up pretty quickly. There's some good color blocking going on. There's some really pretty special drills. In addition to the glow in the dark, there were some light pink ABs and some white ABs and the hearts and everything. It's just a really cute one, you guys. So this was finish number 6. And then finish number 7 here. This kit is called Choose a Fate, and this is from Jaded Gem Shop, and it's the first of a number of Jaded Gem Shop kits I worked on this year, and this is by the artist Mari945. This is 40 by 60 centimeters and has square drills, and I am beyond impressed with how this turned out. I cannot believe how amazing her hair looks. And this one by the way has square drills. Now, I actually bought all of the pieces that are in this particular sort of series from this artist at Jaded Gem Shop. There are now 21 of them, because the artist just created a 21st one. And I bought all of them. I bought half of them with round drills, half of them with square. The ones that I chose to get with square drills were the ones that I thought had more detail, like in this case, her hair, that I really wanted to come through as much as possible. So I am so happy with how this turned out. I think it looks amazing. There was I remember a small mishap where one of the colors up here, there was an issue with either the dye lot or the color that had been chosen to be charted up here, one of these really light grays. And so I ended up pulling off, it had to have been a few hundred drills, and swapping them in, and I believe Jaded Gem Shop has corrected that rendering since. But this was the first that I completed in that series from that artist, and I would like to complete a couple more this year. But Jaded Gem Shop quality I like a lot, and I feel like they're rendering, you're going to see a variety of shops represented here, and that's going to also mean that there's a variety of renderings, and what kind of rendering you prefer is going to be really personal preference. This one, Jaded Gem Shop's renderings tend to be pretty heavy on sort of the computer rendered style. It's very soft, and as opposed to like a Diamond Art Clip kit that might have a lot more crisp, clean lines depending on the artwork. And so that's going to be up to your personal taste. I feel like it really suits this artwork really beautifully, and I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. So this was finish number 7. And then finish number 8 is actually one of my panels from my giant cross-stitch conversion project. This is the second of 8 panels that are a part of that project. And like I said, is a cross-stitch conversion. What that means is that I am taking a cross-stitch chart and reading it and converting it into a diamond painting by counting and placing the diamonds in each color on a blank canvas. You can see here, like at the bottom, there's areas of this where it's blank white squares. So I'm reading the chart. I'm using an app called Pattern Keeper on an Amazon Fire tablet, and I'm able to mark off, where I am in the chart and whatnot. I have a whole series, a playlist rather, dedicated to various cross-stitch conversions I've worked on. You're going to see a couple more later in this video. But this is the second of 8 panels on a project that is really going to turn out to be a multi-year project at this rate, which is totally fine. But the chart itself is called Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's by the artist Amy Stewart, and the chart is from Heaven and Earth Designs. I purchased the materials, it's been almost 2 years now, from Evermoment, and if you want to hear more about what that process looks like, I'll refer you to my cross-stitch conversion playlist. But this is a very, very, very time-consuming project. It's very confetti heavy, and it has around 100 colors. I don't remember off the top of my head. It has a lot of colors, and of course just the process of working on a cross-stitch conversion where you're reading a chart, counting and placing diamonds. It takes probably 3 to 4 times as long to complete, the equivalent in a standard diamond paint than it would in a standard diamond painting. But I'm really happy that I did finish the second panel, and I finished the third panel as well that you'll see later. And it's been fun to see it slowly but surely come together. And hopefully this year I'll get to dedicate just at least a little bit more time to this poor neglected project. But this panel, I'm counting each panel as a finish because they are kind of these somewhat self-contained pieces, and it's a good sort of mile marker for myself. In my 2022 year in review video, I actually asked you guys in there, do you guys think that I can count my panels of my giant cross-stitch conversion projects? Can I count the individual panels as finishes? Because it feels like I deserve it. And honestly, you guys gave me a resounding yes, absolutely. You deserve to count those as individual finishes. But anyway, so this was finish number 8. Finish number 9 is Glass Mermaid, and this is by Dakota Deitweiler. It is from Diamond Art Club, and this has square diamonds and has is 65 by 65 centimeters with 58 colors, and is a stunner. She's a showstopper in my opinion. This was a kit that I was really curious to see worked up, because looking at the original artwork, which actually the artist designed on multiple panes of glass, it's really fascinating. I was so curious to see how that would translate to a diamond painting that was, not 3-dimensional, it was flat. And I love how it turned out. I love the sort of effect of the light playing through breaking through and playing on her skin from the surface of the water. I have to tell you, this was just chock full of confetti. I realized that artwork by this artist is just going to have tons and tons and tons of confetti, in large part because something I found is that underwater pieces in particular seem to have exceptional amounts of confetti in them. But this is a really prime example of how purposeful confetti can pay off in a really striking way. I think that this looks stunning when complete. Just all of these tiny details that have been captured. This is a really amazing one. I remember struggling a bit to get through it because just for whatever reason, I wasn't expecting it to take me as long to complete as it did. I think that sort of the 65 by 65 centimeters, my brain looked at that and went, oh, that's basically 60 by 60 centimeters, which is basically 50 by 50 centimeters, which is not a big kit and doesn't take that long to get through. But no, like 65 by 65 centimeters is almost 70 by 70 centimeters, which is huge, ish. So that coupled with all of the confetti just meant that this was a much longer term project than I anticipated. Or it's funny, I'm looking at my start and finish dates, and it says it's only a week apart. Why did it feel much longer to me then? Maybe I spent a lot of hours working on this and I felt like I should have had more progress than I did. Maybe that's it. But anyway, this is Glass Mermaid. I think this is a showstopper, and no matter my feelings about actually working on it at the time, I'm looking at it now and going, oh, but no, this is absolutely beautiful now that it's done. So that was number 9. Number 10, you guys, was this cute kit from Craft Buddy UK, I think is the full name. And the name of this piece is Elephant Joy, and it's by Rachel Froud. And she does this really beautiful and fun rainbowy artwork. And this is the first kit that I had worked on from Craft Buddy. And it's a little partial. This is maybe what would technically, I think, be my smallest kit that I worked on this year. Because it is a partial, that means there's areas of this that don't have any diamonds on it. But it came with a frame, that was part of the packaging. And this piece right here is just kind of a piece of cardboard almost. But this is a really cute one. The colors are a little darker than they appeared in the original artwork. It wasn't quite as bright and vibrant as I was expecting, but I was really excited about testing out kits from this company because they license with a lot of really big names and artists like Disney and Thomas Kincaid and stuff, and it's all above board and everything. But I really like Rachel Froud's artwork, and I hadn't worked on a piece by her before. She's licensed with other companies in the past. I'm not sure if she still is, but I thought this would be a cute little tester project. And it has round diamonds. That's really what I tend to gravitate towards if I'm working on a kit from a new to me company, because squares can be a little more finicky. Rounds are a safer bet for me, in my opinion, just as far as testing out new companies goes. But this is a cute one. This worked up really quickly. It was like a one-day kit, nice, cute little finish. And like I said, I think this counts maybe as my smallest kit of the year. Now that was finish number 10. We've gotten through 10. Finish number 11, you guys, is actually this kit right here, which is Mercury, and this is by Roy Trin and is from Diamond Art Club. And this is another one that, like Fiona Butterfly Dragon, I did actually start on this one because it was one of the first kits that came out that had fairy dust diamonds, which was a brand new special drill that Diamond Art Club debuted at the time, and it's certainly my favorite kind of special drill that they have now. Let me see if I can show you kind of up close here. Fairy dust is these coppery ones that have kind of a glitter coating on the top. And there's some like light blue silvery ones over here too. So I worked on this one mostly to sort of work on a kit that had those diamonds and use that as part of my video where I was kind of comparing the different special drills. So this was a cute one and did work up quickly, but honestly, if I hadn't been wanting to do that video, I don't think that this is a kit that I would have worked on. That being said, I think it turned out so beautifully that I'm not mad that I ended up working on it, even if it wasn't otherwise something I would have pulled out. I think the Diamond Art Club renders this artist's artwork really nicely. It certainly suits itself to square diamonds, which yes, we're finally getting back into some squares here. I feel a popped drill just down here. I'm trying to pop back in. There we go. But I think her face looks so good. I think they did such a nice job with it. It looks so nice. But yeah, you know, for this size, which this one was 20 by 30 inches, which is 50 by 76 centimeters, it worked out quickly. I think it turned out great. So while it doesn't necessarily, you know, make the cut as far as a favorite kit this year, it was certainly really enjoyable to work on, and you know, it was a nice one. So that was number 11. And then number 12, you guys, this was from another new to me company. This is from Randa's Crafty Corner, and it's called Muriel and is by Nemeria Art. Now, Nemeria Art, I have seen their artwork at a few different shops, and it's really pretty, but I have been a longtime supporter of Randa's Crafty Corner because I love their diamond painting putty. It's my go-to putty for my multi-placer, and it's just a really nice product. And when I heard that she was launching diamond paintings, I think this was one of the first two kits that she launched. I jumped on it. I was like, I gotta see what these are gonna be like. I'm all about these small shops that are expanding. And I thought that this was so cute. This is just 50 by 50 centimeters, 34 colors with round drills. And I thought it's just so gorgeously rendered. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. It looks incredible. Now, I also am very partial to foxes, so this was a really easy, like, it was like an easy sell for me. I remember when I looked at the original artwork that I originally thought that this was like a sling that the fox was sitting in, and then realized once I started working on it and got a closer look, I'm like, oh, no, this is her. I think this is her sleeve, and she has like got her arms wrapped around the fox, and it's just these beautiful green colors. So this is a really pretty one. This is the only Randa's Crafty Corner kit that I worked on this year. I gotta revisit them for 2024, but this is a really nice one. If they've still got this one in stock, you guys go take a look, because look at how beautifully this turned out. I'm so happy with this. This is a good one. This is one of my favorites this year, I think. So this was finish number 12. Finish 13, the lucky number 13, you guys. This is one of my top favorite, it's either number 1 or number 2 favorite kit that I worked on this year. This is Glorious Purpose. It is our one and only God of Mischief. This is a Marvel kit that has been legally licensed to Diamond Art Club. When I found out that Diamond Art Club was licensing with Marvel, the screech I screeched. And when I found that they were releasing a Loki kit, my favorite character, one of my favorite just general fandom characters, I was so excited. I couldn't believe that I actually got to share this as a sneak peek. I worked on it right away, and this kind of helped me sort of springboard. I was so excited about Marvel. It's helped me springboard into deciding to announce and host an event called Marvelous May. Stay tuned. We'll see if that happens again this year, but I was so happy about this kit, so incredibly happy. And I did something that I almost never do. I very rarely will do enhancements on my kits. Enhancements are where you get some special drills from like an outside shop like DP with Sparklers, for example, has a ton, and is actually where I bought some from for this kit. It's where you swap out some of the drills that have been charted and try to enhance the painting further by swapping in some other special drills. And so I decided to do that on this kit, and with this Infinity Stone, I swapped it out with crystals from DP with Sparklers, and it was a time-consuming undertaking, but I loved every second of it because I was just so happy that this artwork was here. I love how it is rendered, and I'm pretty proud of myself with the enhancements that I did swap in. And yeah, no, this absolutely is one of my top 2 favorite kits that I worked on this year, without a doubt. So this again was Glorious Purpose, Square Drills, Diamond Art Club, and Marvel. Finish 14 is a kit called June Blooms, and this is from a shop that has since closed down. This was from DIY Moonshop and is by the artist Margaret Morales, and Margaret Morales is now licensed with Diamond Art Club. You're going to see another one of those finishes here later in this review video. This is one of my bigger disappointments this year. I was really just, I felt a lot of just bummed. I was really bummed about this one, you guys. And it's the rendering for me. It looks I'm not kidding, a million times better in the camera than it does in person. The thing that doesn't look as that I think still looks the worst in camera, and it's much worse in person, is these colors. Her hand is gray, her face is gray, and there is this terrible transition to these bright pink drills from the gray, and it translates in camera in a way that I think just does not even begin to encapsulate like how rough this looks in person. And I am a fan of computer renderings and done right and in the right settings, and this was just not it for me. I was really disappointed, and I tried to be very careful and tactful and respectful and kind about, I gave them a lot of feedback and they were not receptive, and but I still tried to be really kind and careful about how I communicated with you guys. Now that they've shut down, it's, I feel okay about being quite blunt with you that this was a huge disappointment. It was a huge disappointment, and it is what it is. I didn't want to try to rechart it, and I hope that maybe Diamond Art Club is going to license this artwork so that I have the chance to work on it again in a way that it's actually going to look the way that the artwork deserves to look. So, but that being said, still, this is my 14th finish for the year, and if nothing else, I am counting it as a learning experience. Next up, I actually have another kit from Jaded Gem Shop, and this is by the artist Martith Art, and the name of this piece is, let me see, The Sign. Okay, so the reason I had to double check on that is because this is actually done for me as a mystery. Now, I don't feel like I had to give you a spoiler warning for this one because Jaded Gem Shop's mystery kits are highly customizable. They vary from person to person. When they do mystery kits, you can give them as much or as little input as you want. You say, can I have a kit that's in a fantasy style that's in a medium size range? All the details are on the mystery listing on their website. And so I think I sent her a link to my wish list for her website and said, anything from here or anything by these couple of artists that I knew I liked basically everything that they had. And so this is what I ended up getting. And it was really fun to work on. I really love Martith Art's artwork, and I think that this is actually the artist that I've worked on. Is this the most kits that I've done from an artist in the year? Maybe. It's 2 or 3 I did this year from this artist in Jaded Gem Shop. But I love boxes. I really love how this turned out. And it was just 40 by 40 centimeters. The printing on the canvas is in black and white, and it comes with an opaque cover, so you don't see the symbols and you don't really like make out the patterns as easily that way. And this was a cute one. It has square drills. Jaded Gem Shop's kits are highly customizable where you can choose if you want square drills, round drills, size and whatnot. So this is a really cute one. This was finish number 15. All right, so next up, number 16, I have another kit from Muni Made, and this is called Beauty and Chaos. It's by the artist Tally Sketch, and is one of the bigger kits that I worked on this year. And you know what? This has got to be one of my favorites this year as well, like top 3 or 4, I think. This was so much fun to work on. It was really special because it felt like every section that I opened and worked on, there was something else going on. There are so many fun little elements and details in this one. It has kind of a lo-fi vibe, and the colors were really fun and beautiful too. And even though this doesn't have kind of the same subject matter that I tend to gravitate towards, which is like characters and women and fantasy elements, I adored working on this piece. It went so fast because it does have a good amount of color blocking, and because I just enjoyed working on it so much. And I don't know about you, if you're a diamond painter, if you find that to be the case as well, but I truly feel like the more I'm enjoying working on a piece, the faster it seems to go, at least. And I found myself wanting to spend more time on it. So this one had square drills, which really helped that detail come together. It was my first square drill kit from Muni Made, and I was incredibly happy with the quality. I thought that this was just gorgeously rendered, and everything about this was 10 out of 10 for me. This kit was amazing, and I'm like, revisiting it, I'm like, this has got to be one of my top favorite kits for this year. Love this one. This was Beauty and Chaos. Let me grab the next one. So yes, you are seeing double here, you guys. Finish 17 and 18 are the same artwork. This is called Twilight Vibes, and it is by the artist Puffy Gator, and these are both from Diamond Art Club. This was the first kit that Diamond Art Club offered in both round and square drills, and they have since continued to offer some kits in both drill shapes. I think they're kind of still maybe testing it out. And immediately my comparison-minded brain thought, let's do a comparison. And I did a video where I did a lot of math, and I called it like the casual scientific method, where I actually broke it down and timed how long it took me to do like the exact same section of the kit with the exact same number of drills and all that. And it was really fun. It was really fun to break it down and really get into the nitty-gritty of what are the differences between round and square drills. Now, with these kits, the pixel by pixel rendering is identical. The colors are identical. The rendering is identical. Now, the reason one is smaller than the other is because square-shaped diamonds are a little bit smaller than round-shaped diamonds are, and so there's naturally going to be that size difference. But like I said, pixel for pixel, the rendering is identical. The difference is just in sort of the different effect that squares versus round diamonds have. Squares have just sort of there's like a uniformity and a smoothness to them because you're not seeing any canvas behind it. The effect of Diamond Art Club's drills is almost like a wave of shine, whereas the rounds have more of a twinkly effect, which you can really see in the dark drill areas. And it just has a tiny bit more of a softness to it, I think. But this is a really fun project to work on. I love Puffy Gator's artwork. It's so cute and so fun. And so this was Twilight Vibes in both round and square drills, finishes 17 and 18. And number 19 is Darkwood Fae by Chrisabug. This was a kit that was offered in both round and square drills, and I got it in round. Chrisabug is one of my favorite artists, probably, for 2023, and just overall. I have a lot of her artwork, and I just absolutely adore it. It's very much my jam. But this one, I thought it was really delicate and really pretty. And so I worked on this one right away. And I'm trying to think, what did I write on this one? Okay, so it has round diamonds, like I said, and it's a good size, 42 colors. And I think one of the things I noticed is that in the round drills, that the differences in color in the background between, like, there's a dark blue to a black, where the trees are like in black and silhouette, and there's this dark blue background. It wasn't as distinct. It looked more distinct in the square drill version for some reason, but in this version, it just kind of looks like one big dark background to me. This still looks really, really pretty, and it did work up relatively quickly. I had just a tiny bit of, I had trouble. I don't know if it was my multi-placing or if it was something with the drills. It felt like the dark colors, I just was having a little bit of trouble with what looked like gapping here and there. So, but I think that's something they're kind of ongoing working on. This was a really fun one to work on. Love Chrisabug, and had kind of the usual suspects as far as Diamond Art Club quality goes. Finish number 20 is Magic Portal from Diamond Art Club, and this was one of their Marvel kits as part of their initial launch. Now, Doctor Strange is one of my other favorite characters in Marvel and in the MCU, and so I was drawn towards this one and decided to work on it for Marvelous May. But you know what? I kind of feel like I bit off more than I could chew with this one. It was, 55 by 86 centimeters ish. And there's kind of a lot of confetti going on in the background with the portal itself. It's chock full of special drills, which look really incredible. But this, I did not enjoy working on, and I was really surprised by it. The colors are amazing and they're so pretty, but this kit felt, I don't know. I think it was a me problem because the quality was good. It looks amazing. I think it was a me problem. I just didn't enjoy this kit nearly as much as I expected to, and it was a little bit of a slog to get through. I ended up spacing it out and working on, I think I started Darkwood Fae to give myself a break from all of the confetti and the square drills in this kit. Darkwood Fae was kind of a spontaneous start, and it was in part because, like I said, I kind of just needed a breather from squares. That's a big tip that I have for you if you're finding yourself getting fatigued on a current project, is go ahead and kit up and start another project that is really the complete opposite, whether it's the drill shape, the style, the color scheme. Give yourself a breather and then come back to the project that you were feeling kind of bored or frustrated with, like I was with this one. But I cannot complain about how it looks finished. It was just, a much bigger undertaking than I guess I was giving myself credit for. And to be honest, when I was kind of trying to identify what would I say are my least and most favorite kits for the year, this one made like the bottom two of one of my least favorite kits for the year, unfortunately, but entirely just based on how I felt while I was working on it, not a reflection of like the rendering and the quality, which I thought were, they were great. So definitely a me problem. But this was finish number 20. We're almost halfway there, you guys. Aw, finish 21. This one is so cute. This is Mermaid with Flying Jelly Friend and is from Enablers Outpost. It was my only Enablers Outpost kit that I worked on this year. I need to get back to that. I worked on more of their kits last year, but this is by the Art of Seda, 50 by 50 centimeters, round drills, 33 colors, and worked up pretty quickly because there's lots of color blocking in the background. And it's just so darn cute. This was really enjoyable to work on. Enablers Outpost does a really nice job with their kits, and I like so many of the artists that they license with. And this worked up really pretty quickly and was fun. And this actually was the kit that featured in a video I did this year that I'm particularly proud of. That was my top tips for diamond painting faster, for speedier diamond painting. And this just happened to be the kit that I was working on at the time, and I used parts of this to demo some of the techniques and things that I talked about in that speedy diamond painting tips video. So that's fun, this little fun thing about this kit. But this turned out really cute. You guys, if you haven't checked out Enablers Outpost, please go and take a look at what they have, because they do just a really nice kit. They were one of the first small shops out there to sort of expand from accessories into also doing licensed diamond paintings. They have some really nice pens and stuff, but I've been really happy with their diamond paintings and just the overall style of it and the quality and everything. So this cutie, this was finish number 21. Finish 22 is a kit called Rainbow Dreams from Craftably, and the artist is Cara Ann Aldridge. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that this kit, I think it's been discontinued. I don't think this artist licenses with Craftably any longer. I don't know if she licenses with any diamond painting companies any longer, but gosh, I adore her artwork with Craftably, and I have a few kits of hers in my stash, and I actually worked on another of her kits with Craftably later in the year. But this one I worked on as part of, there was a Pride Month event that was going on, and was there a special, oh, I've got it right here. Yeah, Craftably Craze. There was a Craftably event and Diamonds in Diversity and DP June Pride. And this was just pure joy to work on. I mean, come on, all the rainbow colors. Craftably does an amazing job with charting their special drills. They hand chart their kits beautifully, and their special drills are some of my favorites. I knew that I had neglected Craftably in, I think, 2022. That was a huge goal of mine. So I was like, I gotta get back to Craftably. They make amazing kits. Probably some of my favorite renderings of the different companies that are out there. I think they do a stunning job. And I was so happy with how this turned out. It's so cute. It was, let's see, was this like 50 by 50-ish centimeters? Yeah, 52 by 52 round diamonds, and just chock full of amazing special drills that just took this painting to the next level. It's gotta be up there, top 5, top 10 finishes for this year. Just so happy, and turned out perfect in my opinion. So this was number 22. We're over halfway there, you guys. Now here I have the first custom that I ever ordered from Jada Gem Shop. This is of a piece called Psyche Entering Cupid's Garden by John William Waterhouse, and was kind of my tentpole piece for Summer with the Masters. This is from an artist that I really adore. I have done customs by this artist from various shops over the past few years. I co-host Summer with the Masters with Anthony from Single and Placing. This past year was the third year? Why am I blanking? Third year, I think. And I previously hosted with Jessica from Tiny Worlds of Wonder, who is in grad school and doing lots of amazing things and not really on YouTube anymore. But I kind of sort of made it an unofficial tradition to work on a John William Waterhouse custom each year. And this was the piece that I chose. I was really curious to try out Jada Gem Shop's renderings and just see how I liked it. And she sent over some mock-up renderings, and this is the size that I decided to go with. If I would have gone bigger, I probably would have been a little happier with the result, but for the size point, I thought that this turned out pretty well, and it really closely matched the example renderings that I was sent, and it was fun. It was fun to try ordering a custom. I like trying those out from different shops, and This one has square drills. I think Jada Gem Shop does really nice square drill kits, and I like ordering Old Masters kits with square drills as well. So this had a lot of confetti because Old Masters artwork tends to, and Jada Gem Shop's kits do as well. But she's kind of got a reputation for doing a really nice job with Old Masters kits. So this was my first Old Masters piece that I worked on and was kind of my big one. So this was finish number 23. Finish 24, it was from a new to me company, you guys. This is from Make Market, which is a brand that sells at Michael's and is an incredibly budget friendly line of diamond painting kits. Like I think this was $10 or less in US dollars. And Michael seems to kind of swap in their Make Market kits seasonally. Like they just had some really fun Christmas ones as of the time of this filming anyway. But when I saw they had some Old Masters kits, I was really intrigued by the idea of getting an Old Masters kit at a smaller size point and at a really low price point. I love the accessibility of it. This has round diamonds and what's the size on it? Let me take a quick look. I want to say like 40 by 50-ish. Yeah, 40 by 50 centimeters and round diamonds. And obviously, you know, it's not going to have a highly detailed rendering of the original artwork. It's by The Dance Class by Edgar Degas. And I think that for the size point and for the overall effect of it, I think they did a fantastic job. I'm not going to be precious about like the face details when we're talking about a $10 kit at a very nice small size point. Like I said, I'm all about obviously legally licensed artwork in general, but of course making artwork more accessible to people. And so for that reason, I was really feeling gracious with this kit, and I still am extremely happy with how it turned out. So I would totally buy more Old Masters kits from the Make Market line again. I was happy with this one, and yeah, this was finish number 24. This next one was from another new to me shop, and this is the breathtaking Outside the Sweet Shop from Diamond Art Studio UK and the artist Helcorio. Now, this kit caught my eye because I saw that it had 197 colors, and I dig all of the rainbow vibes. And this was a rare exception where I was buying from a new to me shop and I decided to go ahead and get a big kit and get it in squares. I couldn't say no to this kit. And it was chock full of confetti. I did several videos talking about my process of like, how do I kit up 197 colors? What is my approach to a project of this magnitude and scope? And I really enjoyed doing that kind of series with you guys, and I think a lot of you mentioned that you found it helpful. But especially knowing what I was getting into, lots of confetti, lots of colors, made this kit way more fun to work on than it might otherwise have been, or it's not for everyone, but I loved it. And I like a lot about what Diamond Art Studio UK is doing. I've completed a couple other kits this year that you'll see as well, but just all these rainbowy goodness from Helcorio is so fun, and it also sells out really quickly. It's super popular. But this was a fun one, and one of my favorites that I completed this year. I think 60 by 80 centimeters, but it felt bigger. I originally thought like, oh, is this one of my biggest kits that I completed this year? And I was like, oh no, it was only 60 by 80. But size is only one factor. The confetti level and the drill shape really have big impacts on how long a kit's actually going to take to complete. But this was a stunner. This is a showstopper. And my first kit from this company, I was very happy with the quality and the customer service and everything about it. So let me grab the next one. My next finish was another paint gem set. This was the museum edition, and I count the whole set as one finish just for myself because these are so little. It feels like, just for me, I don't want to count these all as individual finishes. For me, it's the whole set. The museum edition, these are basically little miniature Old Masters pieces, and I thought it would be fun to do these for summer with the Masters just because I was intrigued by the idea of taking this Old Masters artwork and condensing it down into this tiny little set of pixel art. Somehow it works though. They have an in-house artist, Julia Grishko, who renders all of their pieces. It's all above board. And like, this is the Mona Lisa, and I just am cracking up that like her mouth is like this slightly off-white dot. Her eyes are just these two brown dots, but it works, you guys. Somehow it works. So this is the second paint gem set that I worked on. I did not get this one into a photo album or frames yet, but this was one of my favorites. I think Starry Night and The Great Wave. Those two were absolutely my favorites in the set. They're just so cute and so happy. So this was finish number 26 and was my, I think, third kit that I completed for summer with the Masters, and just fun to work on another paint gem set. All the paint gem sets have square drills to my knowledge, but I still consider them to be pretty beginner friendly because they're so little, and so just, accessible. But yep, that was that next finish. And finish number 27 is this beautiful kit called Away From It All from Diamond Art Club and the artist Ivy Dollamore. How incredibly happy and beautiful are just the rainbow swirls that are happening in this piece. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is 55 by 74 centimeters and has 73 colors. Yes, this year, maybe last year, Diamond Art Club started expanding into doing more than their previous maximum amount of colors, which used to be 67. And that was because that's what fit on a sticker sheet, I think. And instead they're like, we can go more than that, and we'll just give you a second sticker sheet. So this one did have all those extra colors and had lots of gorgeous, gorgeous ABs. One of the things I was most impressed with this kit, though, was the level of detail that comes through in the dark background. The way that it's charted with these different blues and everything, it still manages to capture the details in the background while having this vibrant and brilliant, like, color in focus in the middle. I thought this was just gorgeously done. I think Ivy Dollamore's artwork is some of my favorite with Diamond Art Club, and this just, the colors captured my heart. It was so incredible to work on. This was another one of those that I think I worked on immediately upon release. Yeah, this was a sneak peek of mine, and they never tell me. They never even ask me like, hey, can you work on that sneak peek right away? Never, ever. I just sometimes I can't resist. It's so pretty, and I really wanted to see like how their hair and everything was going to turn out. So next I have Aphrodite from Diamond Art Club and Chrysabug again. This kit was in what I call my rainy day stash. It was a rainy day kit. It's a sort of term that I coined. Well, I mean, rainy day, not necessarily, but just the idea of a rainy day stash is, for me at least, where it's a kit that has special meaning to me for some reason, and I don't want to work it on it right away for, any variety of reasons. Sometimes it's just I want to save and savor it until I actually work on it, and sometimes I want to save it for a rainy day, which is sometimes if I need to pick me up, if I want to celebrate, or like just because. And I just was feeling it. I think I worked on this one in August, and ended up being really good timing, and just it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I love Greek mythology and Chrysabug's depiction of various Greek mythological characters. And Aphrodite, this was just amazing, absolutely amazing. The colors are everything. Just like this, like her hair and her robes, her dress here, incredible. Her, sash, what she's kind of holding above her, chock full of white ABs. This kit was magical, and I just absolutely adore this kit. And it's always a little bittersweet when I finish a rainy day kit, because it's like, oh, like I enjoyed every moment of working on it, but I'm sad that it's, that it's done. But oh gosh, this was a good one, you guys. This was Aphrodite by Chrysabug from Diamond Art Club. And then here I have another panel in my cross stitch conversion project. This was the third of the 8 panels, and this is one that I think I got started on earlier in the year and then didn't touch for several months, and then picked back up in the summer because I knew I had some events coming up, and I thought, really want to try to finish this panel because I'm afraid once fall and drills and chills and everything starts that I'm not going to end up coming back to this before the end of the year. And that was a good call, I think. So this was the third panel. In the original artwork, it's broken into 4 shelves horizontally, and so I split it in the 8 panels. I split it down the middle, and then each of the shelves too. So each shelf is split in half. So this was the left side of the second shelf from the top, and it has a lot of like really fun elements. This artwork does look pretty pixelated as far as how it's translating to a diamond painting with all these details, but imagine that you are having to step back to see this entire huge project in frame. I'm trying to see, this is somewhere around like 30 by 90 something centimeters, like is just this one panel. So that times 8, it's going to be a lot. But this was panel number 3, and I think I felt really good about finishing a third panel in this kit. I didn't quite get halfway on this project this year like I was hoping, but 3 of 8 isn't bad. We're still chugging along, so I'm going to call that a win. This was finish number, where are we at here? This was number 29. All right, so finish number 30, kind of another little mile marker here. This is Witch Bedroom from Diamond Art Club and the artist Mrs. Butter D. And this is the first kit that I worked on by this artist, but so far from the last because this was incredibly fun to work on. Every shade of pink, and hello, pink is one of my favorite colors, so perfect. And it was the first kit that I worked on for Drills and Chills, which this was my third year hosting. And I hosted with Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. It's a really big diamond painting community event, and I thought that this would just be really fun to work on to kind of kick it off for my part. I did complete several projects for the event, but this was the first one, and it has square drills, 60 colors, some really fun special diamonds, and like I said, just every shade of delightful pink. I feel like the cup of tea was one of my favorite parts. There's these little sparkles around it that are really fun, and I thought that this turned out absolutely amazingly. And I love that it's at a smaller size point. It's at that like 40 by 60-ish range. And so very beginner friendly. This artist is extremely popular with Diamond Art Club, and I think they nailed this rendering. It's so happy. And this also inadvertently started my theme, where almost all of my Drills and Chills kits ended up having a black cat in them, which I love because I have a black cat. So anyway, this is my first kit, my first finish for Drills and Chills, and gosh, gotta be another one of my favorites for this year. So love this one. Now, I promise I haven't forgotten new to me shops and small shops. This is from a shop that had just recently opened this year. This is from Diamond Artisan Shop, which is a shop that was opened by, I think, a longtime diamond painter and member of the community. And this piece is called Sweet Dreams and is by the artist Laura Paltrat. And I was really drawn to it because it has that lo-fi vibe, which I have a really hard time describing what exact elements give something a lo-fi feeling. I just feel like I know it when I see it. Something about the colors and the mood and everything in it. I do know that since working on this piece, which this was, I think, one of the very first pieces that they released, they have made some updates. They have changed, I think they changed manufacturers, and I know that they have upgraded to hand charting. And this had, I think, from what I was told, hand touch-ups. I would be really curious to see if they re-release this piece with hand charting. I almost would be curious to do it again. In spite of that, though, I still was really, really happy with how this was to work on. It was very cozy. It's really cute. It has round drills. It has some I like the purple ABs that are going on in there. I love the cute little cat down here. And I was like, this is a really nice launch kit from a brand new company. I can't imagine what it goes into starting a small business, but I was impressed, and I'm absolutely going to buy from this company again, especially because the owner seems really receptive to feedback, and that in my book is one of the most important things. So again, this is from Diamond Artisan Shop, and I definitely recommend you check them out if you haven't already. This is finish number 31. Next up, I have what is one of my smallest kits that I worked on this year. This is called Kitty Latte, and is from Crystal Canvas Art Designs by the artist Angeli R, and is a full crystal kit, the only full crystal drill kit that I worked on this year. All of the drills in here are crystals. It has a very distinct effect, but I don't tend to like to work on crystals in huge kits because they can be a little more finicky to work with. I thought this was the perfect size kit for something like this, and it's so incredibly cute. I saw a number of other people actually working on this exact kit for Drills and Chills, and who can blame them? It's adorable. And again, kind of ended up sticking with some of the black cat motif, but this worked out fast. This was like a one-day kit and had, 7 crystal colors, round drills, and it's licensed, and it's super cute. So if you haven't tried a full crystal drill kit where the whole thing is crystals, I highly suggest trying it, but I also would say maybe you start with something that's a little bit smaller to see if you like it. Some people love it and do these really massive canvases as well. So try it out if you haven't already. But this is a fun one and another fun small shop to support, especially as part of Drills and Chills. So let me grab the next one. Now, remember how I mentioned that I was going to have another Craftily kit? I do, and it is by, again, Kara Ann Aldridge. This one's called Furry Familiar, and so good, so amazing, all of the things. Craftily knocks it out of the park. They do an incredible job with the rendering. The special drills in this kit are pure magic. There are crystals and ABs. There's crystals highlighting in her hair. I think the kitten is absolutely adorable, and this was just one of those kits that, again, I enjoyed working on so much that it did not feel like work. It was relaxing and I wanted to work on it, and it went fast because of that too. Let me see, what was the size on this one? This one was 57 by 73 centimeters, 53 colors, round drills, and just stunning. I'm also a fan of like when we get some diversity and representation going on in here, and this just ticked every box. Again, really a 10 out of 10 kind of experience. I cannot recommend Craftably highly enough, and I'm really hoping that we're going to see some fun new releases from them in the new year. But this was fantastic. I worked on this for Drills and Chills, and again, I think this is one of those that is discontinued and is probably not returning, but fingers crossed, maybe something will change. But I have to say that I absolutely adored this kit. Amazing. This was finish number 33. Now, these are a few of my favorite things. Oh my gosh. This is Trick or Treat by Ann Stokes from Diamond Art Club. And hello, we have a baby dragon on a pumpkin, on a jack-o'-lantern. So ridiculously adorable. Now, I remembered when this image had been in voting, and I was like, please, 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 let that make it through, please. And it did, and I was so excited, you guys. I love this image so much. I love dragons, and they're like perched on a pumpkin. Amazing. The special drills in this one are fantastic. There's yellow ABs and yellow fairy dust in the lights of the jack-o'-lantern, and there are some really nicely placed special drills in the dragon scales where it kind of gives it a sparkly and glow effect. This one was a little bit of a slog to work on just around the edges with all this 310. It was just not nearly as fun. So what I ended up doing is I just wanted to get out of the way. I actually worked on this piece I went around the outside border first. It's not usually how I do it. Usually I'm more methodical, working in kind of deliberate rows or columns. And this one, no, I was like, let me just get the black background all out of the way, and then I can focus on the dragon and the pumpkin in the middle. Now this one was 55.8 by 70.7 centimeters. So good size, 49 colors, square drills, and was another Drills and Chills completed project. So stinking cute. Now I have another one that is also really cute. Actually, I'll just pull it right here and show you guys. This I feel like was almost a companion piece because it had another one of my favorite critters on top of a pumpkin. This kit is called Ha Ha Halloween, and is from Jaded Gem Shop and the artist Martith Art again. And this one I got in the size 50 by 50 and with square diamonds. There are actually two variations of this artwork available from Jaded Gem Shop. There's the one that you see here, and then there's a version that says Happy Halloween in the top right corner. And this was just so cute. Again, I thought, how fun is it to have like a dragon on a pumpkin and a fox on a pumpkin? Like, these are my favorite things. And I do like how Jaded Gem Shop renders Martith Art's artwork. I love the glow effect of this one. I did not get any special drills added to this kit. I really think that it works okay as is, but maybe some like ABs, if I had them added, might have been pretty, like in the candle flames or something. But super cute. Love how this one turned out. Again, this one had square drills and was 50 by 50. So we're getting into all those square drill kits to help us even out all the rounds we had at the beginning of the year here. So these two kits, this was finishes 34 and 35. Now, my last Drills and Chills kit for this year is actually another rainy day kit. This is Plant Witch from Distracted by Diamonds and artist Geneva Bowers. It is unfortunately discontinued. The artist no longer licenses out her artwork to diamond painting companies because, to my understanding, she just got very discouraged and upset by seeing it stolen, and her artwork produced as diamond paintings without being actually licensed. So that's a huge bummer and a huge just loss for the diamond painting world, because her artwork is absolutely amazing. And Distracted by Diamonds does just a breathtaking job with her artwork. This is from, I bought this kit in 2020 actually, and it's been in my rainy day stash for a while because I just know the kits that I have from this artist that are in my stash, they're very limited. Like, that's it. That's all that there is and there will be, as far as we know. And so this was just so beautiful. The colors, the mints and pinks were very much my style. I thought this turned out stunningly. The quality is so good. Sometimes people wonder, like, does the quality degrade if kits sit for a while? And like I said, this has been sitting for 3 years before I worked on it. Zero issues with it whatsoever, with the glue or the drills, anything at all. It worked up beautifully, and I took my time working on it because I was like, this is just so beautiful and so happy. I don't want it to be over, but look at how gorgeous she is now that she's done. I'm trying to avoid the glare for you guys, but there you go. That was Plant Witch, and this was finish number 36. Next up, I have something really special and really meaningful. I have this kit called My Inner Sanctuary that is from Diamond Art Club and by the artist Yume Art. Now, I have talked about and showcased this kit recently on my channel, and so it may be fresh on your brain depending on when you're watching this video or when you've watched those. But this has so much special meaning to me. I am a musician. I've been playing piano for almost 30 years and have been in love with this artwork since I saw it as part of Yume's Glass Instruments series. This also happens to be, I believe, just by square centimeters, the biggest kit that I worked on this year at what is it? 70 by 81 centimeters, which shakes out to, I did the math, 5,670 square centimeters. That being said, it was certainly not the kit that took me the longest to complete because if you look especially in the background, that is all color blocking. There's so much color blocking in the background. It brought me indescribable amounts of joy to work on because it has so much special meaning to me, and I thought it was done so beautifully. Now, I did make a couple of tweaks. I fiddled a little bit with the rendering of the piano keys because the black keys here on this end, they were a little short, and so I tried to extend them. I'm not totally 100% happy with it, and I hesitate usually to mess with diamond painting companies' renderings anyway because I feel like it's not something I'm good at, but I wanted to fiddle with it. I'm okay with it. But I do feel like just the special drills in this one are really neat. There's some really pretty pink special drills and the flowers in her hair and a lot of like blue fairy dust and ABs like in the water. And then the fish listening to her play are so cute. So this is if I have to narrow it down to my top favorite kit for this whole year out of the 43, this is probably the top spot, if not number 2. It's right up there with my Loki kits. So this is magical. I was really torn on whether or not to put this in my rainy day stash for a long time or work on it right away. And I ended up working on it right away. And I'm honestly, I have to be confession time, very tempted to buy a second copy of this kit and like just so I have it to work on again sometime in the future, but we'll see. But anyway, this is My Inner Sanctuary by Yume Art from Diamond Art Club, and let me grab the next one. It is a big one. So right now we're in the midst of a period of time where I was working on a lot of large square drill confetti heavy diamond painting kits. This was probably the most confetti-est of them all. This is becoming from Diamond Art Studio UK and the artist Andrea Tramatolo, and is 60 by 80 centimeters and has square drills and has 113 colors. So it's kind of it's not the max color range of like Outside the Sweet Shop, which is from the same company, but it's not that more standard size color count of 60-ish, 50 or 60-ish. And I have to say that the finished look is striking. I think that it looks incredible, but this was a labor of love. It took a lot of time to work on because it has just tons of confetti, tons and tons of confetti. Thankfully, the quality on the materials was really good, so that didn't get in my way at all. And the confetti I felt like was purposeful. Like you really see it come through with a lot of the elements, like the jellyfish and like the coral over here that almost looks like lightning. It just has a really, really cool finished effect. And I worked on this as part of Nautical November, an event that is on Instagram, and the Purple Post Month event as well, which was like a Diamond Art Studio UK event. And this took me a little while. I did try to space it out with some other kits that were a bit different, more color blocking, more round drills, and that did help. And I am really happy that I worked on this just because it does look striking is the word that I just keep coming back to when it comes to this kit specifically. But another great kit from Diamond Art Studio UK, and yeah, so this was finish number 38. We were in the home stretch, you guys. And now I have a kit from an artist that was pretty darn highly anticipated. And you've seen this artist before, but from a different shop. This is Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales, but this is from Diamond Art Club. And the difference is very obvious to me between this and June Blooms. Just like, I remember when I unrolled this, when I was unboxing it, and just as soon as I saw her skin, I was like, oh my gosh, it just looks incredible. Margaret Morales does have these, she has these kind of red marks around her subject's eyes, so that is very consistent with the original artwork. But I just was so intrigued to see what Diamond Art Club's take on Margaret Morales' work would be. And I was delighted. I was like, every expectation was met and exceeded, which was wonderful. This is one of their Cyber Monday releases, and it sold out very, very quickly, along with the other couple of Margaret Morales kits that debuted that weekend, and I think with good reason. I love my favorite part has got to be there's like 3 or 4 different shades of crystals. Iridescent diamonds is what Diamond Art Club calls them, and these gold marks, and in the dragon's eye. And there's also a gold metallic, or electro, as Diamond Art Club calls them, in here as well. And then a light yellow fairy dust. And I think that is just, it's magic. It's like the perfect touch. And Margaret Morales uses gold foiling on her art prints, and so it felt very much like in that vein and very appropriate. But this was really fun to work on, especially because I love dragons, I love Margaret Morales, and I had to work on this right away. It has round drills, and I think that suits the artwork really well. It has 64 colors, and it just makes me that much more excited to see what else Diamond Art Club has coming from Margaret Morales. And I think I'm gonna have to buy all of them because they look incredible, and I'm like, this is how I love to see her artwork done justice. So anyway, this was Dragon Spirit, and we just have a few more to go. Number 40, we have another take on the God of Mischief. This is Loki as a cross-stitch conversion, and the artwork is by Mandy Manzano and has been licensed to the Etsy shop Creatively Stitching for cross-stitch charts. And I love this so much. I actually bought the materials and the chart a year ago. I got the materials, the canvas and the diamonds from Jada Gem Shop, because she kind of partners with Creatively Stitching and does a lot of these panel pieces and can get the material packs together for you really easily. And I kitted this up a little bit on a whim. Actually, technically kind of a part of Drills and Chills, because Loki is in some cases a villain, and so it qualified for that. But it was a very different experience to work on as a cross-stitch conversion compared to my bigger Heaven and Earth Designs chart that I've showed you guys 2 panels from in this video. This was something that went much faster. It felt like a much more efficient undertaking. It was an easier undertaking, and I think it's really, really cool how it turned out. It's let me see, the size is 36 by 108 centimeters, and I also I paid for Jada Gem Shop's kitting up service on this kit as well, and I should have a review going up on this soon. But it was definitely like a pure computer charting, I feel like, but I think that kind of works okay for Mandy Manzano's artwork. And I love getting to work on artwork of this character again so much. And in some ways, this cracks, I think, like the top 3 of my favorite completions for the year as well. And it was fun to work on another cross-stitch conversion and hopefully take some of those learnings into the larger, longer-term Haid conversion that I'm working on as well. So this was finish number 40. This next one, I want to give a brief spoiler warning, just in case. I mean, at this point, I don't know if it really needs a spoiler warning. I'm going to give it anyway. What I'm going to show you is the completed Diamond Art Studio UK 2023 Advent/Christmas kit, which was technically a mystery. It was a cross-stitch conversion project where you'd reel a chart to yourself each day and then work on that particular chart. So I'm going to be showing the entire thing here on camera, just in case you don't want to see it. So here we go. This was so incredibly cute. Okay, so this was also actually a cross-stitch conversion and challenged me in some other ways, because the way that they're very new to doing this actually, and we're kind of like testing some things out and have more fun things coming. But the way that they did it, I wasn't able to really get the chart to work in Pattern Keeper, and so I had to force myself to learn a new app. Well, I didn't have to, but I did. And so I used Markup RXP, which is something you can get on Apple devices, which is really nice because Pattern Keeper isn't currently available on Apple devices. And that helped a lot, as opposed to just working with a paper chart. And I just ended up working on this one in order. You could technically mix and match these squares with any of, the other spots, but I just decided to go in order. And I had done a big demo video for them of like day 1 that I posted on December 1st for just sort of helping, hopefully, people that were nervous about tackling a cross-stitch conversion project. And then I hadn't originally been planning to necessarily work on this kit in the month of December, but then I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. It was really fun to see each of the squares revealed because the pattern was in black and white, and sometimes I could make out kind of patterns in the symbols and guess what it was going to be, but otherwise it was kind of just being revealed to me as I went. So it was really cute. They did a nice job kind of hand charting it. I think it was all in-house, and really cute. So Diamond Art Studio UK seems to have been one of the kind of like sleeper small shops that I got into this year, and I'm glad that I did. I'm excited to see what they have coming in the new year. But this was the Advent, and this is one that I just finished shortly before Christmas. I finished it a little bit early, and yeah. So I'm gonna show my last two finishes for the year to you guys together, and I'll explain why then. So my last two finishes of the year were Snowman Latte and Holiday Deer. These are both leisure art kits that I bought in an actual crafting store. They are legally licensed images from Shutterstock, a stock website. And just as I was going into the holiday season here at the very end of the year, I thought, I could try to cram in another larger scale kit, but how nice would it be to just sort of take a relaxed pace to it? Let's just have a couple of snack size kits. These are each 12 by 12 inches or 30.5 by 30.5 centimeters. And have round drills. And I thought, why don't I just sort of take a really relaxed approach to the end of the year here? And I'm so happy that I did. I am a few days before the end of the year and just finished this Holiday Deer today. And I thought, well, this is just, I'm going to call this my last finish for the year. And these were really relaxing, truly, and enjoyable to work on. The materials were nice. They're really budget-friendly kits. I think that they ended up being around $10 US each because they were on sale. I am relatively confident that the parent company, or at least the shared manufacturer for these, is Diamond Dots, and it has the same kind of like 100% polyester canvases and the really super sparkly round diamonds, even the symbols and everything on the canvas. It just is remarkably similar if it's not the same parent company. But I think these look really incredibly cute, especially for this little snack size point. And they were nice to work on. I struggled a little bit with, again, a little bit of gapping with these round drills. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm seeing it with a lot of companies lately. But I just, I went back and tried to adjust so that there aren't obvious gaps here and there. But I thought these were super cute. And like I said, it's a different approach than I've taken in past years, where in past years I really have tried to like cram as much in at the last minute just to see if I can get that final count as high as possible. And these, yes, I ended with some small kits, so it kind of did make it easy to break last year's record and get numbers 42 and 43, but it is what it is. They're still full diamond painting kits, and they were exactly what I needed for my mental well-being, I suppose. So these are the last two finishes of the year. So 43 completed diamond painting kits this year. It was really fun to kind of go on this little journey through those with you, and different things about different ones stick out in my mind. I'm incredibly happy that I worked on such a variety of kits from a variety of shops. If you're curious, let me see. So I worked on 16 from Diamond Art Club, 2 from Unimade, 2 from Paint Gem, 1 from Carrot Art, 5 from Jada Gem Shop, 2 from it was Heaven and Earth Science Conversions. The materials were from Evermoment. 1 from Craft Buddy, 1 from Miranda's Crafty Corner, 1 from DIY Moon Shop, 1 from Enabler's Outpost, 2 from Craftably, 1 from Make Market, 3 from Diamond Art Studio UK, 1 from Diamond Artisan Shop, 1 from Crystal Canvas Art Designs, 1 from Distracted by Diamonds, and 2 from Leisure Arts. So, not too shabby, right? The one that had the most colors was the Outside the Sweet Shop kit with 197. And the artist that was featured the most here was, I believe, Martith Art. But Chrisabug and Margaret Morales were close runners-up to that one. So, you guys, that is 2023 and a kind of a fun breakdown of my stats, and I would love to hear what your thoughts are. How many kits did you complete for 2023, and what are you thinking looking ahead to 2024? I really want to keep with my goal of working on kits from new to me shops, or kits from shops that I haven't visited in a while, because I know a lot of times small shops will make upgrades and changes to their manufacturer. And I really do have a strong value of supporting small shops in the community, and so that's still very much on my radar as well. And I want to continue trying to just work on new things, try new things, try to expand my horizons and taste just a little bit. So we'll see. Who knows? What am I going to be doing when I check in with you guys for my 2024 year in review? Now, if you guys like to see kind of little snapshot reviews throughout the year and not just wait for the year in reviews, I do do a month in review video at the end of each month where I do a similar video to this, obviously not this long, but where I spend a few minutes talking about each of the kits I completed in the month and, any milestones that I had that month or goals that I have for the month ahead. So feel free to subscribe if you want to see those videos. And also I just try to do a lot of unboxings and tutorials and individual review videos for a lot of kits, especially ones that are from new small shops or small shops in general. I try to do dedicated post reviews where we really deep dive and talk a lot about kits and what the different features are and what my thoughts are, so that, like I said, I just am really helping you decide, like, is this a kit or a company that you want to buy for yourself, for yourself. So you guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me today going through this 2023 year in review. Let me know down in the comments, like I said, even if you don't want to share how many kits you completed, because even if you didn't complete any, or you completed 1 or you completed 5, however many you worked on is amazing. As long as you're enjoying the craft, that is the goal. You don't need to be speedy. You don't need to have a bunch of finishes. Just as long as you're enjoying the craft, that's what the goal should be. So I guess let me know, what did you enjoy working on the most of your diamond paintings for 2023? And if you've never diamond painted before and you made it all the way to the end of this video, I just have a hunch that maybe you should pick up the diamond painting and see if it's for you, because it just might be. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for watching again. Like I said, feel free to subscribe if you like. I'd love to have you here. And I hope that you have a day and a year that is as amazing as you are. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye.